This is one of the coolest and craziest stories I've heard so far. You've got to stick around till the end because it gave me the biggest goosebumps of my life. I'm telling you right now, it's worth a listen. This woman named Judy reached out to us to share her story of connection. And she told us that her father, Jim, passed away 29 years ago when she was just 27 years old. A few years later, she was giving birth to her second child. It was a son that they named Aiden. So she's in the hospital, she's giving birth, and Aiden gets stuck in the birth canal. He's struggling, they want to use the vacuum to get him out, and she instinctively knew to refuse the vacuum. Aiden's heart rate started dropping. Her husband stopped filming, it was very intense. The doctor said, we need to use the vacuum. She refused again. Something inside of her, she didn't know why. And the doctor said, all right, I'm gonna give you one more push and then I'm gonna use the vacuum. Right then a bunch of nurses and doctors come in from the NICU and they're in the room with her. A nurse in all white comes up to her, hands her a towel, and she says, you pull this towel from my hands as hard as you can. So Judy does that the next time that she pushes. And she pushes enough that the doctor tells her to stop. He removes the umbilical cord from Aiden's neck, and then Aiden is safely birthed. And she knew that that's why she couldn't use the vacuum. It's because of the umbilical cord. So then the room settles down. She's now holding Aiden, she's nursing him, and he turns blue. And she tells her husband, he grabs the baby, runs out of the room to go find somebody, and he ends up at the nursery, and there's the nurse in all white. He knocks on the door. She takes the baby, she says, suck, swallow, breathing instincts are probably a little off. So do you mind if I hold him for a little while? I'll give him a bottle and see how he does. Her husband, Mike, said, yeah, that's fine. He stood outside the nursery, watched the nurse do this. Everything was good at this point. He was able to take Aiden back to the room with his wife. About 30 minutes later, he tells her it's the same nurse in the white that was in there and helped him, and he's doing great now. So right then, her nurse, this nurse, comes into her room, and Judy says, can you bring the nurse from the nursery in so that I can properly thank her for helping me so much today? And the woman says, there's nobody in the nursery tonight. The nursery is closed. And she was like, no, it's the nurse in all white. And she said, nobody wears all white. We all wear scrubs like mine, like this. They were really baffled by this. Her husband said, no, the nurse introduced herself as Diana. She was the one that was in the nursery. She was the one that helped our son and helped my wife during delivery with a towel. And the nurse was like, there's nobody in here named Diana. We never wear white, and the nursery is closed tonight because it was so slow that all the babies were with their moms, so there was nobody on call in the nursery at that time. Even the mom and mother-in-law were in the room during the delivery and saw the nurse wearing white. So they were all baffled by this. They take Aiden home, who's completely healthy and happy, and Judy is rocking him in his nursery, and she's thinking about this whole experience and how nuts it was. And she looks over and she sees his name in little wooden blocks on his dresser. And she realized in that moment that the name Aiden has the same exact letters as the name Diana. And right then she just knew it was her dad that came to earth as an angel and helped save her little boy and also got to hold him, which is pretty cool. And I just love this story, and I'm so thankful that she shared it with us. I hope you loved it too.